Broskis, I'm currently very sick, so you will get no face cam from me today. However, I wanted to get this video out. I want to serve you, my viewers, with the best upcoming games to keep an eye out for, and I want to serve the developers, the hardworking developers, and showcase, get their games out there, get the recognition that the games deserve. So, sick or not, screw it. Here are the best upcoming video games for this week, not the next week, for this week. Let's jump into them. Fast, unforgiving, brutal, and a shit ton of talking from the same creators that brought us El Paso Elsewhere, a really cool Max Payne-like shooter with way too much dialogue and repetitive combat. Now they bring us I Am Your Beast, a skill-based FPS where we are thrust into various small and medium-sized arenas where the goal is often very simple and fast to accomplish. I'm talking press a few PCs or kill everyone in the area. Now it plays extremely well, it feels good, and it's super satisfying to blast through. There is no denying that whatsoever. And it also offers a lot of replayability to improve your time and get the full amount of score, or simply try different tactics to see what works best in the arena. But I'm afraid the exact same things that I thought brought El Paso Elsewhere down a lot, I feel are present in this game as well. I'm of course talking about the repetitiveness and tons of what I feel like filler dialogue. Now I've only played the demo of I Am Your Beast, so I'm not saying that these factors are in the full game, but the demo sure gave off those vibes. Hopefully it's fine-tuned a lot more compared to El Paso Elsewhere, as its core it's a great first-person shooter.
He's going for the head!
Hotline Miami meets the Hong Kong Massacre in a unique twist of superheroes, bad guys, and near-future setting. Hell to the motherflippin' yeah! I like this a lot so far. Shoot on Sight will try and grip you with a captivating story of either the police trying to rid the criminal scums, or the criminal scums trying to free the world of the rich who rule it. Now you get to choose what side you're on, and I like that, but that's far from all the game offers. With destructible environments, you can literally use anything to your advantage, and that's toppled with the game's difficulty emphasizing tactical gameplay more than anything else. I mean, you can go guns blazing, I'm not saying you can't, but you will have to have a tactic on how you're going to go guns blazing. It won't be enough to simply close your eyes and shoot. And that's not all, my friends. The game can also be played in both co-op, competitive PvP, and solo play. The game is published by Indie.io, whom have a decent record of publishing a few hidden gems. Fingers crossed this game will add to that list.
It all started with a scientific expedition to the planet Turion, where the New Horizons Corporation was hoping to find new life forms. If only they knew back then what evil they would bring to Earth.
Oh, what is this tactical slow-paced shooter? Hold up, broski. I know we like our fast-paced shooters, but hear me out on this one. I've never been one to play much tactical survival-like games myself. I mean, some of the games they're great, but they never tingle the right tingly tingles for me. I mean, the holy macaronis never went until one day, when the broski Predator and Maggot Brain got me playing Ready or Not with them. And oh boy, I have a video up on that experience, and it was a ton of fun to say the least. Since then, we always wanted to play something similar, but with more horror elements and monsters in it. And while there are options out there for exactly that, the options that exist are extremely hardcore to the very bone, and I'm simply not that hardcore of a gamer. Now this game, however, Level 0 Extraction, seems to be on the fine line of Ready or Not hardcore level of gameplay, very tactical, requires communication, teamwork, and patience, but is far from impossible. And you can even play as the monster. Speaking of wanting more tactical shooters with horror elements, here is one more. This one by a smaller team with less of a budget than the prior one, and it seems to focus more on your traditional co-op horror game objectives. With guns, of course. Oh yes, oh yes. Now you're far from defenseless, meaning you're far from a defenseless little rat running around. You can kill and you got firearms. Demon Somnia is a co-op multiplayer bodycam horror game about the impact of a nuclear reaction. Radiation has spread everywhere, so gas masks should be on. Go to the forest, collect objects and return to the mansion. Your goal is to collect evidence with equipment and hunt the demon in the mansion. Sounds like it could be a fun co-op experience, but what do you think of the bodycam view? Let me know down in the comments. Survivor platformer, action roguelike. You're trapped in a distorted space city. You need to survive and return home. Standing in your way are hordes of techno zombies, and something strange is going on in this space city. Hell to the motherflipping yeah. This looks absolutely awesome and loaded with fast-paced brutal action. Now this being a roguelike, the levels are procedurally generated to try and keep the experience fresh as you replay to get stronger. But there is also a level system in the form of experience drops from the enemies, and experience levels up to character. Each character level grants one skill point, and then we got loot in the form of boosters and additional skill points that is scattered across the levels. Now the biggest fear in the game is that the levels won't be different enough to keep the player engaged, but the combat, it sure does look like a load of fun. Keyboard Arena is a freaking fantastic beat-em-up third-person action shooter, and let me tell you why. So firstly, the combat is really good, like superbly good. You can lock in on your foes a la Batman style and you just whoosh from one enemy to the next. Now the dodge and parry system also works in a very similar fashion as the Batman games, and that is a really good thing, as those games has some of the most fluid and satisfying melee combat ever. And Keyboard, well, it nails it, and it adds a lot of new to it. Now while the game takes place in smaller sections and arenas, with the combat being the absolute main focus of the game, it also has roguelite elements to it, and still manages to add so much to this already fantastic combat system. I'm talking guns, different melee weapons, and ton of cybernetic upgrades that don't just change how powerful you feel and are, but also how you look. And toppled, there's a ton of different enemies, all that require different approaches. And the graphics are actually really damn good, and they help in making the game overall feel much more punchy and satisfying to play. Cyberpunk grit with a touch of realism. I like it. Now this little gem right here is the first time I cover something that plays even remotely to how this little gem plays. So let me explain a little what this game is for ya. It thrusts you in a battlefield, but before that you get to upgrade and unlock new troops and vehicles. And there is a lot to unlock in this game. Now once you have unlocked your troops and picked which one you want to bring to the battlefield, your goal is to reach the enemy's base, all while protecting your own. It doesn't offer base building and has an absolute minimal amount of management. You literally have to manage and control your troops, and what troops enter the battlefield when. That is it. But that doesn't mean that the game is easy though. You still have to think and strategize pretty heavily to actually win a game. All in all, it's a very cool mobile-like RTS game with no base building and minimal amount of management. That is simply very fun to play, and it pushes you to keep playing with its tons of unlockables, all made by a small Ukrainian team. Absolute drop-dead gorgeous and cozy precision platformer. Oh yeah, that is what Desvelado is. It is a handcrafted 2D platform experience, and it is a precision platformer. You will have to overcome challenging puzzles and deadly enemies before going to sleep in your cozy coffin. Not much more to say about it, but it looks extremely cozy, and I'm all for it. Did you ever play Power Wash Simulator? No? Well, you're missing out, trust me. It might look more boring than staring at paint drying, but it is not. It is so damn satisfying that once you start, it is extremely hard to stop. You just want to clean more and more and more, and then you want to see what new area you unlocked, and then you're just going to clean that one wall, and voila, 5 more hours passed and you did 2 whole levels. Yep, that's how Power Wash Simulator works. But this is not Power Wash Simulator. This is Crime Scene Cleaner, offering both more tools and mechanics than the prior mentioned game. Also add some difficulty to it, but what truly made it make the list is the satisfaction of video game cleaning with blood and gore. Dude, dudettes, broskis, thank you a million times for watching all the way to the end. I'm sorry, the quality, it doesn't really feel super good, but I wanted to get this video out because I want the video games to get the recognition they deserve, and I want you, my viewers, I want to service you by showing you the best upcoming games each week. So, hey, I got the video out. The quality can be debated if it was up to par or not, but screw it. You're awesome. Thank you for watching.